Hi, hello, welcome to another edition of a podcast from Arsenal Future. I say greetings to all Arsenal Futurites, all my brothers and my sisters. We're all one. We're all one. Yes, it's good around here. Welcome. I'm here to speak about it's actually the late preview of our FA Cup game last week. It was actually last week Saturday morning because last week it feels like morning. Last week Saturday, uh, just after 12 o'clock, so it was a quarter past 12. And I've got to talk about it. I was going to leave it, but I said, "Nah, let's talk about it because of what Max Dowman was doing." And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if it's not his first game back after a long injury, when I say long injury, he'd been out for about maybe 3 months, maybe even 3 or 4 months. Because at the start of the season, Arteta was playing him quite a bit, and he suffered an injury, and then he was out for a while, and then he came back just recently. He was on the bench for one of our games recently. I don't know if it was a Chelsea game, but he was back. But anyway, I think this might, if not his first game back since injury, it's his second game back, and he ran the show for us. I mean, don't forget, he's only just turned 16. I think he was only 16 in New Year's, and he was running the show. Don't forget to smash a like on the videos. I must say this so that you don't forget. Smash a like. We're trying to get to our first 1,000. So smash a like on the videos. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you can. Hype the videos. There's a new hype facility there. Use it if it's there. Leave your comments down below. And of course, share the videos as well if you can. Arsenal won 2-1. It was not an impressive performance from Arsenal. Our boys looked really, really lethargic. They looked, I don't know, at times devoid of ideas. And let's not forget that we're playing against a lower division, a lower league team. They're in the, they're in the, they're in the. I think they're in the. They're not in the. They're in League One. I think it's League One, which is the old third division, really. So I heard that they're about 52 places below us, and I'm even hearing that they're facing relegation. So they're really, really lowly, and they could have beaten us. That's the magic of the FA Cup. They could have beaten us. We scored the first goal. Noni Madueke scored a goal after 21 minutes. It was a good goal, good finish, you know. Uh, and Madueke is surprised a lot of us because when we were about to sign him from Chelsea, none of us wanted him. Because we looked at how he played last season for Chelsea and even the season before, and he didn't really, he wasn't much to write home about. But since he's been at Arsenal, I must say, he hasn't been brilliant, but he's been a bit of a game changer for us. Because he's won us a penalty. He's played quite well in various games. He scored that cracking goal in the Champions League for us. I can't remember what game it was, but he scored a cracking goal for us in the Champions League. And, the thing he needs to work on is his end product. And sometimes his finishing can be better as well. But I think 24, you're not going to get much upside to him. He's more or less going to stay where he is. But he could probably grow some more. Maybe it depends on who's our manager. If Arteta remains our manager, I'm not sure if he'll grow much. But if somebody else comes in, I don't know, like a Luis Enrique, that sort of manager, he could grow some more. But yeah, good goal. They equalised. William Evans equalised 5 minutes into the second half. And I think at the time when they scored, they looked really, really like they could go in and actually surprise us. Also, in the first half, when we scored that first goal, I reckon that was against slightly the run of play. Because I thought before we scored, they looked very, very good. But after we scored, we were the better team. The slight goal injected some life into our play and into our players. 1-1, so 1-0, 1-1, 5 minutes into the second half. But all that time, Max Dowman, this 16-year-old lad, was running the show, and even if at times Mansfield were the better side, which they were at times, whenever the ball came to Max Dowman, he just used to he would just outrun players. There was a bit. There was a time where he picked the ball up from inside his own half and ran all the way to goal. And I thought he's going to be the goal of the century. Sorry about that. I had to yawn. I had to yawn. It comes with the territory. Yeah. So it's human nature. Yeah, he ran from inside, took the ball from inside his half, and ran all the way inside the opposition half, the Mansfield half, and he had to be stopped at the last minute. But I thought he had scored. There was another similar run again where I think he put the ball wide. So his finishing was really a bit erratic, but his running and his technical skills were up there. And at 16, he's got a lot of way to grow. A long way to grow. One day we'll talk about Max Dowman. We'll dedicate a post to him. Some are saying that with Arteta in charge, he won't grow much. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. You know what? Many of you know that I'm not really Arteta's biggest fan. You know, I like him. Seems a nice guy. He was a decent-ish player for us. But as a manager, I don't think he's it. If he wins the Champions League this season and the Premier title, I might change my mind. But from what I'm seeing, the way we're playing, for negative tactics, and even though it means that we're keeping clean sheets, which is brilliant, but the way that he stifles our play, it doesn't let our flair players and our creative players express themselves, is a big no-no for me. And I don't think as a club that will get us far. We're losing. We've got a lot of detractors. We're losing a lot of people who used to rate us. We're losing our not Arsenal supporters for say, but people who admired us from afar are now say nah. They're turning their nose up at us. A lot of those in the media, they can say what they want, but at the same time, I want to see my team play winning football, but also attractive football as well. We want the best of both worlds. Arsene Wenger spoiled us. And to a lesser extent, George Graham spoiled us as well. Because his football wasn't champagne football, but it was winning football. But these teams played with a lot more panache, a lot more flair than this current Arsenal team is at the moment. And so we want the best of both worlds, but hopefully we will get it one day. It might not be with Arteta, but it could be with another manager. Let's see what that other manager is. If Arteta gets his marching orders or if he leaves, let's see what happens. But yeah, we scored the second goal. Eberechi Eza, I'm hearing a lot of people pronouncing his name as Eza, so I'm going to follow suit. Eza scored us with a cracking goal. It was an absolutely brilliant goal from the edge of the box, high into the net. And that's what we paid the £65 million for. Hopefully he could do it against other teams. We've got Everton coming up tomorrow. So hopefully against Everton tomorrow, hopefully at home, it's a 5:30 kickoff. So I'll be here watching at the office. And very soon we're going to be doing a live watch along with Arsenal. I don't know what game it will be. We wanted to do this game against Everton, but my engineers, some of which, as I told you many months ago, have not been well, but they're coming back now, and slowly the team is coming back after nearly 2 years of not being well and of injuries. The team is healing, and yes, I reckon within a few more months, everything, the thumbnails, everything, we're back to normal. The thumbnails have suffered, and other things around the channel have suffered. But, I want this team I've got. I love this team. They're the best team out there for me. And I don't want to replace them because they're not well. They're not been well. Two members have not been well. One of the members is coming back. The other one is also on his way back. So the thumbnail should be back up to scratch. And the audio, all these things will be back up to scratch. And very soon, hopefully before the end of this season, we're going to get some live watch-alongs. So stay with us, guys. Don't leave us. Yeah, you won't miss out. Anyway, that's about it. Eberechi Eza puts us into the last 8 of the FA Cup. Yeah, where we will play against. We're playing away to Southampton, so we're going to go down to St Mary's, down on the south coast, and play against Southampton. We've had a bad record very recently. Hopefully it doesn't continue. Then, obviously, as you all know, they got relegated last season. But hopefully we can go down there and keep the winning run going and get ourselves into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And funny enough, this is the only competition I don't fancy us to win. I'm not scared of anybody in the Champions League. Not even Bayern Munich scare me. They're all very, very good teams. Bayern Munich, PSG. I suppose the favourites for the Champions League. Uh, Bayern Munich, PSG, Barcelona. You can't rule out Real Madrid because Real Madrid are very, very good in the Champions League. Even if they're poor in domestically, the Champions League is their domain. And I think we could beat any one of those teams. Obviously, Bayern Munich are the ones that are on form the most in Europe, but so are we. We're one of the favourites to win it as well. Uh, so I fancy us in the Champions League. I fancy us to finish off the league and win that as well. And the Carabao Cup final is next week. You never know. You never know. There might be a surprise for you guys. We might be able to do that game. Watch along. You never know. Anyway, let's see what our team can come up with, and then hopefully, you never know, guys. We can do, if we could do that live watch along next week, then you will hear about it first. First and fastest. I'll come up with a with a with a with a with a video to let you know what's gonna go on if we're gonna do it or not. So just stay tuned, stay close to us. But yeah, Arsenal won 2-1 through to the FA Cup quarterfinals against Southampton. The young Max Dowman, our best player on the night, on the day. And also Arsenal not playing well at all, but two magic goals, one from Noni Madueke in the first half, of course, and of course in the second half, a substitute, Eberechi Eza scored our winning goal in between. Uh, uh, William Evans scored for Mansfield Town, who were very, very spirited and battled very, very, very well. And maybe if they had better finishers and better players with the ball at their feet, they could have rolled us over because they're really, really good. They pressed us, they harried and hassled us. I don't think some of our players would have been used to players like that. Hassle and bustle and trying to push us off the ball. That's our league football fee, but we just about survived with our superior players and superior technique and finishing ability. And we're going to be careful because Southampton or better team than Mansfield. So let's not go down to Southampton thinking that we're going to just roll them over. It doesn't work like that, guys. And if you're watching this Arsenal, just be careful, guys. We need you guys to up the tempo, up the pace for the game against Southampton in a few weeks' time. Anyway, guys, you look after yourselves. We'll be back very soon with the preview of the game against Everton, which takes place tomorrow. And so look after yourselves. God bless you all. Thanks for your subscription, your likes. Keep showing the love to the channel with your likes, your subscription, your hyping, your sharing, your comments down below. And take care of yourselves and see you soon. Adios. Bye.